Hey everyone, sorry about the confusion on the time for this session. We're at GAMA Expo.
We are.
We're in person this time.
We are at the same
place. It's crazy.
It is a bit crazy.
For those that aren't familiar with GAMA Expo, it is a retailer event. Usually, this is last year, it's going to be in Reno, Nevada, but we're in Reno, Nevada. So, yeah, I scheduled things on the East Coast, and then it just kind of got switched around. And anyway, I apologize. Thank you to everyone that is joining us. And Tomas.
Yeah,
we're coming over. What do you think of GAMA so far?
That's good. It's good to reconnect with people and meet others in the industry, and yeah, it's been great and good to see you.
Yeah, it's great.
We don't get to meet that often.
We don't.
Yeah,
a few times a year.
Yeah,
if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We've got some news. We dropped some news this morning. You want to talk? We might as well just lead with it because it seems like people.
Sure.
We don't want to. But if you haven't heard.
Yes.
Alien Building Better Worlds.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, so I'm really happy that we finally can get this pushed out. It's a campaign book for the Alien RPG, obviously, for colonists and explorers. And it's similar in a sense to the Colonial Marines book, that kind of scope. It's got a lot of campaign material. It's got lots of adventures, expeditions, they're called in this one, big campaign. A lot of stuff, and it's all for playing campaign play with Alien. I think the game is often thought of as, the cinematics are definitely what we have done a lot of, but it's also a campaign game, and this is really a big book to showcase that and to let you play big campaigns as explorers or colonists.
Absolutely, and the art looks amazing as we're showing on the screen right here.
It's actually a new artist, most of that stuff. The cover is by Martin Griep, our old, he's pretty old. But anyway, our in-house artist, Martin. But the other art is from a new Elko Sebring. It's a Dutch guy doing great stuff.
Oh, nice. And folks are interested in pre-ordering that?
Yeah. So the pre-order is running. And we wanted to launch it today because it's Alien Day.
Oh, that's right. It is
Happy Alien Day.
Happy Alien Day.
Yeah.
I forgot. I should have led with that.
So that's we're close to finishing the book, but it's going to be a couple more weeks, and then there's an approval and that stuff. But within a month or so, we'll share the complete and full PDFs and give everyone a chance to have a look at that before we go to print.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So if folks want to go to the alien-rpg.com for the pre-order, or you can go to our Free League website.
Yeah.
Excellent. And that, of course, is freeleaguepublishing.com.
It is.
Yep. Excellent. So yeah, we're really excited about that. That's what Dave Seamark was a big instrumental. Andrew helped a little bit on that one as well. But
it's kind of a team effort. So Drew Gaska did a lot of work, and then Dave Seamark did also a lot, and Clara Correa did stars cartography, and there's a bunch of people involved.
Nice. Yeah, very cool. Well, that's the pre-order. We did, and there might be some more pre-orders that you might see announced a little bit later on down the line.
We have some more stuff coming along. Yeah,
so
definitely.
Just be on the lookout for that. You might see some more videos posted coming up.
Yeah.
But let's show off some of the stuff that we have, maybe that we're showing to retailers that's coming up down the line.
Yeah.
One of which I know is super anticipated.
Yes.
The Lord of the Rings 5e role playing. We could maybe show that off. Is that what is what's the status for that for pre-orders right now? Do you know?
It's starting to ship out. We have a copy here, actually right here on the table in front of us. We're showing this to retailers. It's the official release date is May 9th, and definitely it's now shipping out to everyone who pre-ordered. I know here in the US it's shipping. It's starting to ship out in the UK and the EU as well. So in the next week or so, we should have pretty much all of these orders out the door. So it's coming. This is the core rules volume, and then there's also this Shire Adventures, which is basically the same adventures that were in the starter set for the One Ring.
Nice.
Converted to 5e. So it's the same adventures, but in the 5e format.
So my question for you is, and I know that this has been asked, is the plan going forward, are we going to put out a One Ring material and then a few months later down the road convert it to the 5e, or are we going to release them both at the same time? What
We'll
is
see.
kind of the
right
plan
now we're
going forward?
a little bit behind on the 5e stuff, but going forward, I think the end goal will be to actually release them at the same time. So that means you can choose whichever version you want, or if you want them both. That's kind of where we're headed. But so that's
Excellent.
what we'll try to do.
Excellent. So we're really excited to reach a whole new audience of 5e players with that.
Yep.
We know that a lot of our existing community are not 5e players, but
that's also true, and that's fine. You don't need
Yep.
to love 5e, but some people do, and there is a community of people who played the original, the first version of the One Ring, and the 5e version of that, and so there's definitely a community out there, and we want to give these books to them.
Sure, I totally agree. Do we want to really kind of show off the thing that people are really excited about here at the booth? The next slide that I'm gonna point it out to you. Do you want to show off that, or do you want to wait until?
No, it's fine. Let's do it.
You don't want to tease the audience on this next one?
Nah, let's do
All
it.
right, let's do it. This is something that we're really excited about, and we're showing off here at GAMA Expo.
Right.
Dragonbane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's always that this is a game that's close to my heart, and it's a game that we grew up with at Free League, and it's coming in English now under the Dragonbane name, which and it's cool. We actually got a few. It's still early, but we got a few copies. Let's see if I have one here. I'll bring this little package over.
So good.
So this is kind of the let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is just some of the content. You have the standees. There's a lot more standees than this actually but you can fit them all on the table here. So you have that. Then these beautiful green dice, lots of cards. Things.
Show the.
Oh sure. Oh yeah, we have the special symbols on the 1 and the 20 side. Yeah.
Excuse my big thumbs that are.
So yeah, lots of, and then there's the rule book. Oops, so I moved the camera around here. Yeah, lots of stuff. Maps. I can't even show everything, but this is the solo mode.
That Sean actually.
Sean Tonkin did that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is really cool, and it's really exciting to finally show it off to people, and soon we'll. This is a bit further off before backers get it, but definitely we are now have a July 1st date for delivery to the warehouses, and after that, so this is going to be well in time before the release date, which is mid-August. Backers should get this.
Excellent.
It's a good, nice summer present.
Let's see if we've got nice solo mode. People are very excited about solo mode. I know that there was someone said those custom dice are awesome. Thank you, the Rebel GM. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Looks great. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for the kind words. We appreciate that so much. So we're excited about that. We're trying to get a lot of retailers on board with Dragonbane because we've got some big plans for that, and we're really excited to bring that to the community. Yeah. Let's see here. I know one Facebook group actually pinged me, or they posted. They're like, any chance we can get an update on Forbidden Lands, the Blood March, and the Book of Beasts? And I said, yes, let me ask Thomas while I'm at GAMA Expo. So shout out to the Facebook group on Forbidden Lands. Just a great community there. I am fulfilling my obligation, and
that's good. Let's bring it up. We have I think we've shown this on the Kickstarter, but let's bring it back up. So we have some copies here of this that we're showing off. This is the Book of Beasts, gold shiny stuff, and it's I think Henrik Rosenberger did the art. He's
such a great artist.
Job. Yeah, so this is really cool, and as you know, this is one of those Kickstarters that has been. This is the Blood March that was delayed, so it's super cool to finally see this completed, done, and it's also shipping out now from all warehouses. I don't have an exact date when it's going to be finished, but everything is shipping out from the US warehouse and UK and the EU one in Germany as well. So if you're a backer, this should be, I know it's been some people already have it, others are still waiting, but it's coming. So you should also have this well in advance. There is a official release date toward the end of June. So
Okay.
well ahead of that, you should definitely have
Excellent.
it if you didn't already get it.
So if you haven't gotten it already, it should be to you shortly.
Yeah,
if you've
definitely.
pre-ordered it, if you've pre-ordered it or backed it on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yes.
What else do we have?
What else?
We've got something that people have been waiting for. This is the third and final act.
Oh yeah.
For the Coriolis mega campaign.
Yes.
Let me set up Wake of the Icons.
Put those
Sure, let me put these over here.
Yeah. So finally, this is cool to have. There's these things that we've been working on for a very long time to finally have them in print. This is the third final part of the Mercy of the Icons campaign. This is a big step. I mean, this campaign was actually initiated, started, and sort of thought out. It's almost 20 years ago by Tim Yanring, and when they did their very first version of Coriolis, that was released in 2007. This campaign was already on their, that's their brainchild, and then Free League took it over, and then we joined forces with Yanring, and now we're kind of doing this together and finally bringing this campaign to a conclusion. So that's really cool. And this is also shipping out to. We had a pre-order running for a while.
Yep.
And that's shipping out in the same batch as,
the other thing that we're going to talk about?
The other thing we're going to talk about.
We'll talk about that in just a second.
Okay.
So just know that this is also shipping along with the next thing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's a couple questions.
Yes.
Someone was asking about the map for Forbidden Lands.
Okay.
Whether it was going to be... will the Forbidden Lands world map be available as an image or product?
The world map, the map is in that map pack.
Yep.
It's already. Or do you mean the original? Because each expansion, this one, the Blood March, has a world map. Because the map is kind of expanded piece by piece. Or do you mean like the whole world map that was in
the core box?
Or maybe that's because in this book there is actually. It's not really a spoiler, but in the back there's like a small, I'm not sure in detail, but it's a map of the larger Forbidden Lands world. If that's maybe what they are referring to here. I'm not sure if that's the map. We're not planning on making a big map of that one just yet, but we might do it in the future.
The other question is there anything beyond Wake of the Icons?
Oh, there is definitely. I mean, Coriolis is one of our own, fully owned internal IPs that was we've been working on for a very long time. First Team Yanring and then Free League, and now all of us together. So yeah, we're working hard on more things Coriolis, but it's a bit too early to reveal anything. But for now, I think the conclusion of the Mercy of the Icons is definitely enough to have everybody excited and busy for quite some time.
Absolutely.
But there is more coming after that.
Now let's trying to prep the next thing that we've got coming up here. I'm going to hand that off to you.
Yeah, sure.
Twilight 2000.
Yes.
Urban Operations.
Right. Yes.
The community has been waiting for this for quite some time.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see it. I know a lot of pre-orders have already started receiving theirs.
Yes.
Do you want to show that off a little bit?
Yeah, sure. This is a box set, a bit thinner one, but it has a lot of stuff. Of course, there's the book. It's a campaign module for playing in urban areas. More of these tokens, more maps. There's got a system for close combat. It's got a city map of Krakow and Karlsborg in Sweden and a lot of stuff. And this has been a long time coming, and it's finally shipping out. Oh, some encounter cards as well. It's in the same batch as Book of the Beasts and Wake of the Icons and 5e The Lord of the Rings. So all of these pre-orders are shipping out now pretty much at the same time from the different warehouses. So if you have pre-ordered it, you should expect it in the next week or so if you didn't already get it.
Nice. I know Bill emailed me, and shout out to Bill. I know he's in the chat. He messaged me, and he's like, I don't want to complain a little bit, but it seems like I'm getting everything all at once delivered, and we've got another pre-order. It's like it seems like it's just one thing after another, and a lot of this stuff wasn't really intentionally planned that way. It just happened to
Yeah.
line up, and we apologize that it all kind of
Yeah.
hit. It's all hitting at once, but
Yeah, that wasn't really the plan, but
Yeah.
sometimes it turns out that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
But we appreciate everybody that's being patient. Someone did ask about the next expansion for
Yeah.
Twilight
Yes.
2000.
Well, we're working on a couple of things. The two most immediate ones are like the next one is called Hostile Waters. It's also written by Chris Lights, who wrote most of Urban Operations, and with me as I did a few parts of it, and it's going to be the same thing for Hostile Waters. We're working on that right now. I got a full draft from Chris. We're now bouncing things back and forth. We have art started, and so it should not be that far off. So I would expect a pre-order to kick off after the summer. By then we should have a complete PDF of everything, and then we'll go to print in the fall. So, and we're moving forward on that one pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're trying not to have as much of a gap between.
This gap was too long.
Yeah,
it was more than a year from the release of the core game to the first expansion, and that's not ideal. And also in parallel to that one, we're working on the Black Madonna, which was a stretch goal in the Kickstarter, and that's being worked on by Frank Frey, who did the original Black Madonna back in the 80s, and Chris Keeling, who's our military consultant.
Nice.
Also working on that. So that's also progressing. I don't have a date for that yet. But those two are very much in active development.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's talk. I know I've got another slide here.
All right.
Of course, this Kickstarter just ended a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And this is, of course, the Walking Dead universe role-playing game.
Yeah.
Do you want to give any updates on where backers?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're working hard on the game now. On finishing, it's in layout, both the core rulebook and the starter set stuff. I mean, the art is almost done, I think, and we should have. First, we need to get the PDFs done and then approved, as is the case with all licenses. And as soon as we have that, we'll share it with all of the backers. And I hope that should happen in the next. Well, definitely within the coming month.
Okay.
And then you'll have a chance to see the full PDF and try out the game and everything.
Any idea when backers should expect a pledge manager or any of that?
Good question. That should not be too far off either.
Okay.
I know that Matthias is handling that, and so in the next couple of weeks, I would assume.
You might actually see Matthias on this platform in the coming weeks. So maybe we can sneak that question in a little bit if it hasn't been answered.
Sure.
But we'll leave that for just be on the lookout for something that's coming up later.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. We've got it's always awesome to see. It's great to come to events and see people excited about our products.
Yeah.
And then it's another level to see retailers really excited because we know that they're just building their own communities in their areas, and then like those. So this is just been a really cool event, and seeing them kind of get excited over the new things that we have here that are coming has been amazing. Do we want to take some of the questions in the chat? Let's see if we can do that before too long. We do the show is the Expo Hall. We're doing this right before the Expo Hall starts, so we've got a little bit of a timer, an actual timer that we have to do. Jensen asks, how about Vaesen? Any new things?
Right. Yeah, there is actually something new and very cool coming for Vaesen very soon. I don't want to spoil stuff and before we're ready to announce it, but expect something for Vaesen in the next couple of weeks. I've been working. I mean, I'm not the lead writer, but I was very involved in the editing because I love that game and I love writing for it, so I couldn't keep my hands away from it. So it's been a lot of fun to work on that thing that's coming, and I think the lead writer did an amazing job, and I'm really looking forward to tell you all more about it. But it's gonna have to wait a week or two.
Yeah. Someone did ask about a Lord of the Rings art book PDF from a stretch goal. I know I'm trying to scroll up here.
Okay.
And somebody said that we were ignoring it. We're not ignoring it. I will put it on there. I will put it on there.
I'll have to look into that. I thought we had done that, but I just have to check. I can't say for sure right now. But definitely, if we haven't shared that with backers, we definitely will.
Exactly. Let's see here. Ad Astra. Do you want to talk about Ad Astra? I mean, it wouldn't be a Free League update if we didn't at least acknowledge it.
Yeah. No, and that's it's gonna sound like the same old, but it's not really because it's in The full manuscript is done and proofread, and it's now under being translated.
Sure.
And we got the maps, we got the art. So the next step is to get it into layout. So we don't want to, since it's been so long coming, we don't want to sort of talk about it that much until we actually have a finished PDF. But that's not that far off. So now in the next few weeks or month, there should be news on Ad Astra as well.
I will say that we're really appreciative of the excitement. For that game.
It's going to be so great to actually have something new for Mutant Year Zero. It's been far too long since we did something for that game, which is a shame because it's kind of very close to our heart, really.
CMDR Strains asks, when is the Foundry module going to be available for urban operations?
Good question. I don't know the exact date when that's going to happen, but it's soon. I know they're working on it right now, but I don't have a date. But it should definitely be, soon is the best I have at the moment. But yeah.
Jordan asks, any word on Tales from the Lone Lands? That's the next expansion.
Yeah, we announced that one a while back. And I feel like I say the same thing about everything, but in the next few weeks or month, we are planning to launch a pre-order for that one. I actually sent right now today the completed PDF over to our licensor for approval, and that can of course take a bit of time. So it's going to be a couple of weeks, but once that is approved, unless we need to make major changes, which I hope and don't think we'll need to, but we'll see. We'll put that up for pre-order and with the immediate access to the PDF. So because it's pretty much, and also we're playtesting it right now, which is a lot of fun at Free League. That's the kind of, we have our Tuesday game nights, and we're playing Tales from the Lone Lands right now with Nils as the game master. That's a bit messy, or lore master.
The lore master, yeah.
And he's a very good one actually. So, but that's so. And even though we will be taking feedback on when we have the Kickstarter. Not the pre-order. We'll get everybody the PDF, and then you can feedback on it. So we're playtesting it. People can playtest it, and then once we get the feedback, we'll make any changes and then send it to print. So that's close.
Here's Bill. Bill says Sim. I mean, you can draw your own conclusion with that one, my friend Bill.
Right.
Alfonso says the Blade Runner T-shirt is taunting me. Were they a stretch goal for Blade assets? Any information about Blade Runner? Let's talk a little bit about Blade Runner.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a game that the one I'm deeply involved in was to write it and still for expansions for it. There was a stretch goal for the assets. It's a PDF stretch goal for street assets that's coming, and I'm working on personally on the next case file right now. I actually had a bit of a breakthrough. I mean, I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning.
You did?
Yeah, because 2 a.m. was actually 11 a.m. for me since I'm still on Swedish time, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I started, thinking about this because I couldn't. There were some things in the story that I couldn't quite get right.
Okay.
But then, you're just lying there, can't sleep, just and
brain just works.
Brain just works, and suddenly it kind of. A bit of a breakthrough. So now I'm really excited of getting back to once the expo is over, maybe on the flight back, I'm gonna hit the keyboard and finish that story.
It's a 22-hour flight for you to get over here. So
yes, I'll have some time.
Crazy, guys. Yeah. Matthew, come on. Matthew wants to know when the Coriolis book is.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the. What do you say? Plead the fifth. Or whatever on that one.
Any news on solo rules for Vaesen?
Yeah, it's in progress. I need to ask Nils, who's sort of running that one. I don't have any specific news, but we are working on it. I know that's like one, and the street assets from Blade Runner, a few others that are like a few remaining stretch goals that we are acutely aware of, and they are coming. And it's always when stretch goals take a bit of time. It's not something we want, but sometimes it's just the way things turn out. But they are coming.
Terrier Hello says, how many TPKs have you had with Nils?
Well, let me actually, I was kind of annoyed with him because I play this very cool dwarf warrior.
Yeah.
But then the first thing that happened, he threw some big trolls at us. and they just completely killed my character. Well, he didn't die, but it was just smashed to the ground, I was just it was not a great time for me. So I wasn't really happy about that. But so I was not. But the next session was a lot better for my dwarf, so it kind of recovered. But I thought it was a bit harsh, actually. But yeah, we survived though. Yeah.
Last campaign of Symbaroum Davokar Awakens. Be on the lookout for some info on that.
Yes, it's coming soon.
You'll see some.
In the next, I think, unofficially, May 11th is a good date to keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's a lot of actually. I saw Tyler walking past us. Tyler is Luke Stratton's brother.
Yeah.
Luke is the gentleman behind a game that we have here on display.
Do
we want to just acknowledge it?
Yeah,
you want to talk a little bit about this game?
Oh, sure. This game. Well, I put it down here. Pirate Borg.
Pirate Borg is coming, folks.
Yes, it is. This is a game that obviously, like Morkborg, it's not one that we developed internally, but it's a very cool one. It's kind of a spin-off from Morkborg, obviously, by Luke Stratton. It's a very cool, weird pirate game, very much Morkborg but it's got a lot of cool stuff in there. It's got, sea battles. It's got, weirdness. Very cool game. And we will be releasing that one. He did a Kickstarter. Luke did his own Kickstarter that I think is already completed. That was done some while back. And we are releasing it in general retail in around like early August or something.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe we'll run a pre-order, maybe not. It's just going to be a straight to release. But keep your eyes peeled for that one if you missed his Kickstarter.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There was a question about a Cthulhu Year Zero game that keeps getting. I mean, I know that was a Kickstarter.
Stretch goals that there's like a handful of them that from different campaigns that are lagging behind, and that's one of them. Sure. Well, as soon as we have something to say on that front, we will. And we have not forgotten about it, but we don't have specific news or updates right now on that.
A lot of love for Pirate Borg in the chat.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We're excited. That's Formlex asks, are we getting another adventure compendium for Symbaroum?
Adventure compendium? I don't know, to be honest. I think there are plans for more books. I mean, obviously we have the final installment of the big campaign, and I think there's another adventure book plan, but really, this is a question better asked to Matthias.
Maybe a Sim that we have. Stay on the lookout for something that's coming up. Let's see here. Someone wanted to know. This is Thomas. What was your first mutant character?
Oh, actually, this is embarrassing. But
no, this is good. I like this question.
My first mutant character was named Boromir.
Boromir. Okay.
There was a kind of a stupid name for a character in Mutant, but I was 11, so
No, that's good.
He had a mutation called Pansalhud. That's like he has a stone skin thing.
Okay.
That's all I remember. And his name was Boromir.
Awesome.
And I think he died, but yeah. It's what it is.
Patty's giving you a hard time. Says, I'm 15 minutes behind in the video. I was under the impression Thomas was a man of culture, but the Dragonbane cards are not sleeved.
Yeah.
I see, I was mistaken.
Wow. We could have a whole stream just about sleeving.
We could just have a nonstop stream of just sleeving cards, the whole Dragonbane. That could be the whole session.
I have to say though, I'm not a big fan of sleeving. But I know this is a fighting words, so I'd rather not get into that.
Yeah, let's not divide our community.
I know it could get ugly.
Yeah, it could get very ugly. Yeah. Boromir for the win. That's awesome. Chris would like to know: can we pre-order the VTT for Building Better Worlds? Can they pre-order bundled with the
VTT? I don't think we have it up now. So we'll probably do something where you can add it on later because it's coming for VTT, but yeah, it's not on there now. We could have a look into that, whether we could set that up. What we have done in other cases is to have like a really low introduction price, so you can basically add on the VTT at a low cost, even though you already ordered the physical book, so you don't have to pay the full price for the VTT. I think we'll do something similar for this one.
Okay. One question, speaking of VTT,
yeah,
there was a question before we went live
about a Kickstarter that's on right now for Alchemy. Alchemy is another virtual
Yes,
tabletop
yes.
that we're supporting quite
Yeah.
heavily.
Mhm.
And there's they were asking about how that relationship is going to affect any other relationships
Right.
with VTTs, and if we're going to solely focus on this one and not any others.
Yep.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the Alchemy?
sure.
And if you haven't checked out the Alchemy Kickstarter, we're going to tell you to please go
Yeah.
check it out. It's a really neat,
It is. It's doing really well, and I think
Yeah.
you should definitely check it out. They have a bunch of Free League titles. Not all of them, but almost. Most of our games are on there. And no, I mean, this is the way we approach all of the VTTs, basically, is that we want to be where the players are, and we want to give them, the best possible experience at the table or online. And so we want to do multiple VTTs. So the fact that we're now working with Alchemy does not at all mean that we'll stop working with the others or stop supporting the others. We are working. It's a completely different, team. And when it comes to Alchemy, they are doing all of the development work. We're not doing any. We're not putting any resources we're working on Foundry into this or anything like that. It's a completely separate team. They do all of the conversion work themselves on Alchemy, and we are just looking. We think this is a good VTT. It looks really cool. It has more. The other Foundry and Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds are all great. I think that makes this one a little bit different. That we think is exciting is that it has a more of a focus on a theater of mind playing, more kind of a mood feel, less on tactical maps, and that all depends on your play style and the type of game you're playing. But I think for some of our games, what Alchemy is doing is a really good fit.
Sure.
So that's why we got excited about it and partnered up with them. So we just want to be on multiple platforms at this point.
We want people playing on we want people playing on our games on any platform that they have a preference
Definitely.
for.
So I had a meeting now where our developer for Roll20. It's a great meeting. I had a talk to the Roll20 guys yesterday here.
Yep, they were great.
And we're pushing on as fast as and hard as we can on Roll20, on Foundry, on Alchemy, and Fantasy Grounds too.
That's great. And it's been awesome to see over these last few years with everything else that's kind of negative, to see the online community just grow for tabletop.
Definitely.
Let's see here. Patty says having Tomas and Doug in the same place is super cool. It'll be hard to go back.
Yeah, we'll have to do this every week.
We will. I'll come over to the office. I'll just I'll hop on a plane and come over.
Absolutely.
And Matthew's trying to organize the non-sleevers. That's not good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Foundry, VTT, or Alchemy for Dragonbane. We have
both. Yeah. I mean, Foundry and Roll20 were stretch goals, so that's being worked on. I know I got an update from our Foundry developer, and Alchemy is they're doing Dragonbane as well. Yeah. So all of them.
Fenhorn has a request, and since we have some of these things here, when are we going to get an unboxing for Zone Wars?
Yeah, I mean, the game is not yet printed. We did send out just the other week the full PDFs of the pretty much completed game. We're having it out now and want people to try it. We're going to have a tabletop simulator version, so you can play that online.
Oh, nice.
That's a 3D thing. And we also here have some of the models. I think we've showed them off because they're the same models that were used in.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah. Now that I remember.
Yeah.
I'll put them up.
I'm going to put them here anyway. Yeah. These are we're just showing them to retailers and we have a bunch of models here, but we don't have the game yet. We hope to get first samples of the printed game, but it's probably a month or two off. So expect that sometime in the summer.
Excellent. Killhard asks, will games like Alien, The One Ring, and The Walking Dead end up on Alchemy?
Yes, some of them. We can't say for sure about all of them. These are the big license games, so it's a bit more complicated. But yeah, I mean, we do want to get our games on Alchemy. I can't promise that all of these will be there, but we do want to get as many as we can on Alchemy and the other VTTs.
Let's see here. Let's go next.
Any hints on what's going to be released next for Dragon Bane?
Yeah, I mean, we're working on a bunch of stuff. I'd rather not announce or kind of jump the gun and spoil the fun and the
Sure.
news yet, but there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 campaign books currently worked on and one other module. So I'm not sure about the order of those, but I think the idea is that we'll probably announce something new almost right after the release of the game. But we'd rather not announce an expansion before the base game it'll
Sure,
get a bit messy.
yeah. We don't want to.
So hold off until August and then expect a bunch of stuff.
Just know that we have a lot of plans for that because
Definitely.
we're very, very excited about Dragon Bane.
Yep.
There's a couple questions about some editions of games that I don't think we'll answer some of those questions when the time is right.
Okay.
How about that? Is that a good answer for that?
I guess
I mean,
so.
there's a
or
on this see, it's nice to have you in person
Ah.
so I can pop that. I
Yeah.
can be like, should I? Put that on
right.
this?
Yeah, you can put it on.
Okay,
Doesn't
we'll
matter.
put it on
It's okay.
there. Any info on Mutineer Zero Second Edition?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't have anything concrete, but it's something we'd love to do, and we feel it's about time to do it. I mean, now we have Mutant ad Astra, finally a new release for Mutant Year Zero, but after that, we feel that that game is still doing well. It's still being discovered by new people, but we think it's 10 years old next year.
Yeah,
So we're feeling it starting to be about time to kind of to have another go at it, and I think the game is still really good and still works. But of course, after 10 years on, it's been played a lot. We got a lot of feedback. We learned new stuff. We developed other games. So of course, we'd like to it'd be great to have another go at it. And I think one of the changes we'd like to do, among some others, is to kind of have one book, one game for the whole universe. I mean,
instead of having four
instead of
different
having
books?
separate
Oh,
ones
that's
for each.
interesting. Okay.
So that's one of the things we're looking into. But it's a license, even though it's it's a kind of a different relationship, since we know the licensor very well and have known them for a long time. I'm actually having a meeting with them soon to discuss like the future of the Mutant franchise as a whole. So that's going to be interesting.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So there, nothing concrete, nothing solid yet, but it's definitely on our minds.
Leon asks, will the Swedish Dragon Bane books be translated to English? I'm guessing that might have to do a little bit with how popular the game is.
Right. I'm assuming, I'm not sure whether they refer to, I mean, if you're talking about the RPG books, then definitely, yes. We do plan to release everything in both languages. We did have a news the other day about a fiction book based on Dr. Moore and Dragon Bane. So if the question refers to that, then I don't know.
Okay.
It's not immediately planned because those books are not published by us. They're actually published, or that there's one book announced, a novel, and that is being published by one of the major publishing houses in Sweden for fiction books. And whether they want to publish it in English, it's up to them. We'll see. I think we'll need to see how it goes. So maybe, but no, we can't promise it.
Thane says, will you be at Spiel 23 this year? Bring Doug with you.
Yeah, we actually talked about that.
We did actually talk about that earlier.
At lunch now.
That would be amazing.
So we'll see. Yeah, definitely. Either you should come to Spiel or UK Games Expo or something over there.
I don't know if Matt's in the chat, so I don't know if Matthew, we'd have to kind of,
right,
clear it through him first.
Yeah,
I think.
of course.
Right?
No, but that'd be fun. Yeah, we will be at Spiel.
Like
I think I will be there in some force, actually. I think a bunch of people are coming from the Stockholm office as well. So Nils will be there, I think, and a bunch of us.
No matter where I'm at, I love connecting with our community.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we've got some great people that are just like, it's always a joy to talk to the people that enjoy our products.
Yeah. And at Spiel, we'll probably have Zone Wars and should have that to show off. Maybe even we'll have some advanced copies to show. So
that would be very
it's
cool.
Spiel is a kind of a board game focused. So and I think Zone Wars is a good fit for that event. That'd be fun.
I hate to kind of cut this off real quick, but we're running out of time, and the vendor hall is starting to kind of get a little busy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make sure that I didn't. I guess that's probably going to be it. I apologize if I didn't get to your question. If I didn't get to your question, that might have been answered previously. So go back, and if you joined us late, go back and watch it again, and you might have missed something. Thank you to everybody for joining us. I apologize about the confusion on the time of this broadcast, but Thomas, it was awesome to do one of these together.
That was great.
Yeah,
To do that all more often.
we should do every single show.
Absolutely.
You just come to every show here in the States.
Yeah.
Poor guy. 22 hours each way.
Yeah, no problem. Or
Yikes.
we'll just do them on Zoom or whatever.
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
usually
yeah,
do.
yeah.
That might work too.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.